So guys, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create this using Photoshop. The next thing we are going to do is that I'll come to adjustment layer, then I'll click on it, then I'll come to solid color. The color I'm going to use is the color blue. So I'm going to bring in my 3D test I did in Cinema 4D, and there is a video showing how I did everything, and you can check it in the link in the description. There is a video showing how I did it, and you can check it. There is a text. I did it in Cinema 4D. And the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring in some two images attached to this text. So I'll go in document, and where is the image? I'll locate where my image is, and this is the man that I'm going to use. I'm going to drop this man in this video. This is very simple, and I think everyone can do this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give a small shadow for the man to look somehow real. So I'll select the man, then place on the plus icon or create a new layer. I'll bring it down because shadows have to be under human, not on top of human. So I'll take my brush tool, and this is my brush tool. I think the size of the brush is cool, and I'll click here because the layer is on. There's the foreground and there's the background. So the foreground is on black, and I'll click here. After I'll click my select tool, then I'll press here with the shift button to distort the shadow. Get it? I think this is cool. So I reduce the opacity of the shadow a bit. I think this is cool. I'll duplicate it. You can press Ctrl J, you can press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, you can press Alt. Then I'll bring the next one to the other leg. I think this is cool. So this is my man. I like him so much. Just by the way. So I'll just group this man and just name it man 1. I'll just name it man. I'll just duplicate this one too. You can press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, you can press Ctrl J, simple Ctrl J. Then I'll hold here, then bring this man here, then press here again, then right click, then go flip horizontal. So I want this man to be at the back of the text, so I'll bring it at the back of the text here. Let me name it text. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring in some light in order to make this thing more realistic. So I'll come in here, I'll come into my material. I have this light over here, and I'm going to leave it in the link in the description. So I'll bring it here. I'll increase the light, and I'll bring it here. I'll come to the blend mode, I'll click here, and I'll go screen. So what I'm going to do next is that I'm going to change the color of the light. So I'll select the color, right click and rasterize it. I'll come here, adjustment layer, and I'll come to hue and saturation. I'll click it, and I'll click on this icon. If you don't click it, it's going to affect the whole work. So I'll click on this. Then I'll change it to something like this. Yeah. I'll open the lights. Then I'll bring it down here like this. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm going to pick my brush tool, select here, add a new layer. Then I'm going to increase my brush tool using the bracket close. Then I'll swap my background here by clicking this small arrow over here. Then I'll click on, I'll just right click and make sure that I'm using a soft round brush. So I click here, then I'll start with painting. I want to do a kind of light coming from the top. So after, I'll go to the blend mode. I'll click on screen overlay. So let's see. I think the light is affecting the text, so I'll bring it down. I think this is okay for me. And I'm going to duplicate one on top of the text like this. I'll set the blending mode to dissolve. I'm going to reduce the opacity of it. Then what I'm going to do next is that I'll click on layer mask here. I'll click it and I'll select my brush tool and I'll start cleaning some of the particles over here. We are going to create something like a hanging thing for the hard work piece. Get it? So I'll come to my rectangle. I'll create a rectangle over here, a long one, just to make it nice. That's why I'll bring it down below the text. I'll duplicate it, Ctrl J. I'll shift it a bit. The down one, I'll choose this color. I'll add another kind of shadow over here. I'll create a new layer. I'll make sure that my foreground is at white, then I'll click here. Then I'll select here. I'll select the top angle over here. I'll hold shift and distort it and bring it somewhere here. You get it? To give it a small depth, then I'll reduce the opacity. Something like this. Something like this is not bad. And I think, guys, I'm done with the work. Hey guys, if you found this video very helpful, kindly click on the like button. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Click on the bell icon to get notified and also share it as well. Till the name remains P Joe Studio, and I'm out.